going, Kevin? You good? It's Tuesday night. It's Ice for Kids Arena, and this is Muskie Hockey live here from Ice for Kids Arena. Started things late here tonight. Muskies are on the power play right now. We had some mic issues, but we got things figured out, and away we go. Minute 40. This is McPherson from the point. His shot from the top of the circle deflected by Bernal. It goes just wide. Ralstad along the way. Ralstad, his head's up. Bernal's fighting out front. Ralstad tried to put it through traffic. Bernal comes away with that. Bernal back to Ralstad, comes all the way back to McPherson on the point. McPherson back to Ralstad. Ralstad now. He's looking, comes back to the point for Cable at the top of the circle. Cable through traffic. Deflection out front from Bernal, but couldn't get it past Duggan. Ralstad battling along the corner, picked up there by McPherson. He plays it this side to Cable. Cable, he circles, looking for space. Cable still with it. McPherson winds up on the one-timer. That is deflected towards the boards. And the Broncos backhanded out of the zone. That was Karen who backhanded it out. So we've got, scores 1-0 right now as we're regrouping our own end. No, it's a turnover at the blue line. Bichon's got it. Cable takes it away from him. This is Cable now. Cable's still on the power play. We have 45 seconds to go here in the man advantage. This is Cable. Cable to the blue line. He gets around Bichon. Cable still with it, circling behind the goal. Cable, his head's up. Centering pass. He looked for Mosbeck. Mosbeck had a poke at it, but Duggan was told that the task holds on, no rebound given. So 3:12 remaining here in the first period. Muskies are up 1-0. Beaver Brae Broncos are in town. We have 34 seconds remaining in the Muskie man advantage. Muskie's first goal was scored at the 11:21 mark of the first period. Goal came from Ashton Barnes and was assisted by Evan Cable. So face off now to the right of Duggan. Broncos win the draw and they ring it around the boards. This side Booth keeps it, tries to keep it in blue and can't. This is Red Sky now on a breakaway, short-handed. Red Sky coming down on the coin. Red Sky backhand, puts it 5-hole, he scores! Short-handed goal for the Broncos as Red Sky finds one through the 5-hole on a coin. Scores now 1-1. There's 3:01 remaining here in the first period. Scores all tied up at 1. Muskie's still on a power play for another 23 seconds. Big celebration there from Red Sky to tie this one up short-handed. Bichon pushes the puck forward towards the Muskie blue line. McCormick turns it over, try to get it back to McCormick, and all the way down to the Broncos zone it goes. Kishik with it. Kishik in behind his own goal. LaPlante's bumping him off the puck. LaPlante pins him against the boards. McCormick's in there to help, so is Armstrong. Armstrong comes in center and passes it from Mosbeck out front. He couldn't whack it home. McCormick for LaPlante. Beaver Brae's at full strength now as Armstrong has it. Armstrong, he leaves it in behind the net for LaPlante. LaPlante in the corner. LaPlante head up looking. LaPlante still with it. Tellis pins LaPlante against the boards. McCormick comes over to help out. This is McCormick. McCormick gets his pocket pick, and out of the zone it comes. Booth, he fires it back down, gloved down by Tella. Tella over the blue line to the red line, sidesteps Armstrong. Tella's still with it now. He's got Red Sky with him. Fires that shot high and over the bar. Kept in there at the point by McEwen. Broncos to get a change. McCormick circling behind his own goal here with the puck. This is McCormick. He couldn't get it to Armstrong. Armstrong bumps his man. Mosbeck came in to help out. Puck came all the way back to the point. Johnson fires that down. Mosbeck can't get the puck away from his man. Mosbeck pins him along the boards now. Behind the goal it goes. Chevalier, he gets bumped by McCormick. Puck's along the boards. Back to the point. This is Leywitz. His shot gets deflected and goes wide. Perrin tried to have that last shot. It got deflected too as Mosbeck knocks down his man. Armstrong clears the zone, flips it through the neutral zone. Karen flips that back towards the blue line, but Lepage picks it up. Sorry, Lepage. I'll try to get that right. Chevalier along the boards, he gets bumped by Ralstad. Lepage can't come away with the puck. McPherson pins his man along the boards. 1 minute remaining here in the first. Muskie still have it deep in the Broncos zone. Chevalier with it now. Chevalier backhand towards the blue line. McPherson has it. He flips a bouncy puck towards the goal. Duggan's there, loose puck. Ralstad tried to bang that loose puck home. He couldn't get it in the net. Puck comes all the way down right on a coin. Stops with the paddle and he elects to cover it up as Karen was bearing down on him. Just under 43 seconds to go here in the first period. Scores all tied up at 1-1. Barnes with the Muskies goal first, followed up by Red Sky on the with a short-handed goal. We've got things all knocked up here at One at Ice for Kids Arena. This is Wilson, brings it along the boards. Muskies can't clear the zone. Burnell, he gets it out to Barnes. Now Barnes, he's one-on-one with Tella. He's got tied up from behind though as Bichon got a piece of him. Barnes' shot goes wide, just under 30 to go. Wilson can't keep it in. Wilson with it to Cable. Cable circling, 19 to go. Cable, he can't get around Bichon in the neutral zone. Burnell has it. He backhands that to the near side to Rupenstein, 10 to go. Sends that rink wide for Cable. Cable over the blue line. Cable trying to get around Bijak. He has a shot, safe from Duggan. Cable gets 3-1 center pass. Rupenstein couldn't nail it home. All right, at the end of the first period, scores 1-1. Just before we wrap things up, I just want to give a shout out to our friend Joey Pear, who hopefully is going to be watching us here tonight. Our thoughts are with you and hoping for a speedy recovery, Joey. So it's an honor to be doing play-by-play for the Muskies instead of you here tonight. So at the end of One at Ice for Kids Arena, Muskies 1, Broncos 1. We'll see you to start the second period. Welcome back to Ice for Kids Arena. We're getting ready for second period action. Beaver Brae Broncos are in town. They're facing the Fort Francis Muskies. We're getting things ready to start the second period here. At the end of the first period, the score is 1-1. First goal scored by Barnes at the 11:21 mark, and then not the Muskies were on a power play. Bichon puts one towards goal. Point, loose puck cleared out front by Angie, and Ralstad comes away with it. So the Broncos tied things up short-handed not long after that, and so we're at 1-1 now. We're even strength here at Ice Kids Arena, starting the second period. Norwassa hockey action. Shane Becker doing the call here tonight as Joey Payer is hopefully watching and doing well. Our thoughts are with you, Joey, as he's usually the voice of the Muskies here on the play-by-play. So puck comes out to neutral zone. Wilson, he fires that down on Duggan. Duggan steers that into the corner. Muskies get a quick change. We've got 19 minutes here to go in the second period. Gijic puts that up for Kabelka. Wilson intercepts that pass. Wilson, center pass looking for Rubenstein. Couldn't get to his stick. Barnes has a shot. It goes wide. Wilson tries to pinch to keep that in. Gloved in back into the zone by Rubenstein. Tella's got it now. This is Tella. He fires it all the way down. It goes just wide of a coin. Who's in goal for the Muskies tonight? Ison's going to be the call. Faceoff's going to come all the way down.
Shots on goal for the first period. Muskies with 18.
So at the end of the first period, we had shots on goal. We're starting to take track of those now here in Norwassa action. Muskies had 18 shots at the end of the first. Beaver Brae 2. One of those a short-handed goal. So with 18:42 remaining here in the second period, Barnes, he loses the draw. It goes back to Lewitz. Lewitz, he loses that. Perrin's got it. Barnes picks up the loose puck. Barnes with it now. Barnes, his head up. Down to Rubenstein. Look to center to Burnell. Wilson keeps it in at the blue line. Loose puck comes back to Burnell. Burnell to Rubenstein to redirect that towards goal. It went just wide. Karen can't backhand it out of the zone. He does now. Comes all the way down. It's going to be right on a coin. He stops out with the paddle and puts his glove on it. Defensive zone face-off coming up as both teams are about to get a change here. 18:11 remaining in the second period. Score still 1-1 here at Ice for Kids Arena.
Muskies would like to do their shutouts officers. Talking hardware.
So face-off to the right of the coin. McCormick at the dot.
Thank you for supporting Muskie Eye.
McCormick, he loses the draw. Comes all the way back to the point and pushed down along the wing. Karen. He puts that in behind the goal. McEwen with it. Tried to put it back in behind the goal. Booth came with it. Loose puck went out front. The coin steered that in behind the goal. Back towards the blue line it goes. Burley with it. Burley fires that back down deep. Mosbeck can't get to it. Puck comes all the way back to the point. This is Johnston. Johnston's shot goes off McEwen's ankle and off the far boards. LaPlante, he gets it out of the zone. Armstrong chips it towards the red line and all the way back it goes. Burley this way for Chevalier. Booth picks up the loose puck and fires it down deep. In behind Duggan it goes. Rung around the boards, intercepted there by LaPlante. LaPlante, centering pass, was looking for Rubenstein, for Armstrong, couldn't get it to him, and Booth couldn't keep it in. He's got to bring it all the way back into his own zone. Off the boards, looking for Armstrong. That one right to McEwen. McEwen turned it over. Booth rings it around the boards for LaPlante. He can't get to it. Red Sky, he's a goal scorer for the Broncos. Fires that in behind the goal. Loose puck up on the coin, doesn't know where it is. Red Sky took a bang at it and went over the bar. Pushed back behind the goal. This is McCormick. Johnston keeps it in at the blue line. Down deep it goes again. Bichon, he looked to center to Red Sky. Bichon with it again. Booth bumps him along the boards. Bichon still with it though. McCormick picks up the loose puck and he fires it all the way down the ice. Right on goal goes. Duggan's got to make the save. Muskies are going to get a change. Duggan tried to play that one deep. One off his own man, Tella. Tella up for Bichon. Couldn't get it to Kabelka. And here comes Red Sky now through the neutral zone. Red Sky, the Bronco goal scorer. He scored it short-handed coming down the right wing. Red Sky against Engie. Engie keeping him wide and low. This is Bichon with it now. Bichon in the corner. Engie bumps him. McPherson to Cable. Muskies can't clear the zone. Big hit at the blue line as McPherson got thumped. Ralstad with it now. Ralstad, he goes rink wide looking for Lepage. As McPherson bangs this one into the zone. Into the near corner it goes. Puck comes out towards the blue line. Turned over there. McPherson has it. Plays that one to Lepage. Lepage, he tried to get it down deep. It got blocked. Lepage still with it along the boards. He gets it by Tella, but Lepage gets bumped. Ralstad gets bumped too along the boards. Loose puck. Lepage tried to get to it. McPherson tried to put that one towards the goal. Ralstad in behind the net against Tella. McPherson and Lepage. Red Sky, he gets bumped off by McPherson. McPherson gets pinged along the boards there by Bichon. Ralstad in to help out. Tella in there too. Sorry, that's Gijic. The puck comes out along the boards. Wilson kept it pinched tight. Wilson can't keep it in. Here come the Broncos out of their own zone. Comes to the near side here for Kabelka. Kabelka gets around Booth. Gijic has a whack at it. Bouncing puck. He missed the first one, then the second one went wide of the goal. Wilson bumps his man to the ground and comes away with it. Headman pass to Rupenstein. He couldn't handle it. Booth with it now. This is Booth. Backhands it up for Rupenstein and into the Broncos zone it goes. Muskies on it, changes. Barnes has it now in the corner. Barnes, centering pass for Rupenstein. He couldn't get his shot away. Rupenstein in front of the Zamboni doors, puts it behind the goal for Burnell. Burnell back to Rupenstein. He couldn't handle that pass. Cable pinches to keep it in. Cable with it now. Cable, he has a shot from the high slot. That's blocked. In the corner of Lewitz, or Johnston, sorry, he gets bumped off the puck. Burnell back to the point for Mosbeck. Mosbeck from the top of the circle. He has a low shot. Goes off the side of the net and steers into the corner. Mosbeck with it again. Mosbeck plays it back for Burnell. Burnell all the way back. Cable keeps it in. This is Cable. Cable at the top of the circle. Cable down low now. Cable circling in behind the goal. Cable centering pass. He's looking for Barnes. Barnes couldn't get his stick to it. McEwen flips it out of the zone right to Mosbeck. Mosbeck gives it to Burnell. Now Barnes has it. I think glove pass is going to be called here as Burnell gloved that forward to Barnes. And we've got a whistle. Good forecheck there by the Muskies. Not much in the way of scoring opportunities though, as the puck's going to come just outside the Muskie zone. Both teams going to get changed. We got 13:47 remaining here in the first period. The score is still 1-1 at Ice for Kids Arena. You're watching live Muskies hockey here at Ice for Kids Arena on a Tuesday night. This is McCormick at the dot. He wins it, brings it back to Engie. Engie's going to retreat in behind his own goal. Pass. Tried to get it to Wilson. Found on that pass. Loose puck comes all the way to the near boards. Johnston keeps it in. Fires that down deep. Karen can't get to it. Wilson's the first one there. He gets crunched by Chevalier. And Wilson bumps his man down to the ground and flips it around the boards. Kept in by Burley at the point. Chevalier with it now. He rims that one around the boards to the near corner. Engie tried to get it up for Armstrong, and back in behind the net it goes again. Chevalier's the first one there. Chevalier back for Burnley. Burnley couldn't get it deep. He does this time on his second effort. Karen's got it. Karen battling against Wilson. Plays it in behind the goal along to the near boards. Armstrong with looking over his shoulder and chips it out of the zone. McEwen comes away with it. This is McEwen at his own blue line forward for Karen, who chips it into the zone. Wilson. This side for Armstrong, bangs it off the boards. McCormick can't get it out, but LaPlante does. LaPlante gets tied up in the neutral zone, but comes away with it. It's LaPlante looking for McCormick. McCormick in the slot all by himself. Big save from Duggan there and steers that one into the corner. McCormick with it, looked to center for Armstrong. It got blocked. This is McEwen with it now. McEwen tried to find his man. It came right to Booth, and Booth banged it back towards the Bronco blue line. Johnston, and the Broncos fired all the way back in. Bichon's the first one to pick it up. Can't handle that one that's rung around the boards. Cable comes away, he gets stood up at the blue line. LaPlante forward for McCormick. McCormick, he leaves it for Armstrong at the top of the circle. Armstrong back to McCormick. McCormick all the way back for Booth. Booth has a low shot steered into the corner by Duggan. Booth pinches to keep it in. He gets it down deep. Lewitz with it along the far boards. Lewitz comes to the near side for Kabelka. Kabelka with it at the red line. Centering pass, he's looking for Red Sky. Going right to Cable. Cable gets that forward for McPherson. McPherson, he can't clear the zone. Comes right back to Red Sky. Red Sky for Kabelka. Kabelka in the corner, looking to center. Deflected up over the net and into the far corner. Gene with it. He's kicking at it. Kicks it for Cable. Cable now. Cable with his head up over the blue line. Cable at the red line. Cable at the blue line. Cable top of the circle. He has his shot. I think Duggan got a piece of that and it went over the bar. Looks like Cable might have got one in the neck area. He's laboring as he heads it back over to the Muskie benches. Mosbeck has it. Mosbeck, centering pass for Gene. Gene at the blue line. Gene sidesteps his man. Gene still with it. Gene on the backhand. Duggan's there. Loose puck comes back. This is Ralstad. Ralstad looked to center. Couldn't get it past Kijik. Ralstad with it all the way back looking for Wilson. Wilson's going to handle that pass. All the way down it goes. A coin stops at him behind his own goal. Mosbeck picks it up. We had a tripping penalty coming here as the far referee had her hand up. Looks like Bichon's heading to the box for tripping. We've seen James Bichon in the penalty box a few times in my lifetime. I've called quite a few games of between Kenora and Fort Francis, all the way back down to Adam. And we've seen Bichon in the box a few times. Love that kid though. Plays hard. His dad Earl is one of the coaches for the Broncos. The Broncos can't clear the zone. So it's a Muskie power play here. We got 1:55 remaining in it. This is Barnes. Barnes for Cable. Cable at the hash marks. Cable down low for Ralstad. Ralstad at the hash marks. He goes rink wide looking for McPherson. McPherson has a shot. It goes off the outside of the post. He picks it up in the corner. This is McPherson. McPherson with his head up. Goes rink wide for Barnes at the top of the circle. Barnes' shot goes off Burnell and into the corner. Ralstad with it. 1:25 remaining in the power play. Ralstad from the dot. He has a shot. It gets deflected into the far corner. Karen, he tried to get it by McPherson. He didn't, got it out of the zone. Cable's got to come back into his own zone to pick up this puck. This is Cable. Cable through the neutral zone with a head of steam. This is Cable. Cable down the left wing. Cable turned it over along the boards. Loose puck comes to McPherson. McPherson's shot gets deflected, goes over the bar and in behind the net. Karen rings that around the boards. He can't get it out. Comes back to the point for McPherson on the one time. And that one's blocked by Karen. This is Ralstad. Ralstad, patient on the power play, back down low to Burnell. Burnell tried to find Barnes, couldn't get out front for him, but he's got him behind the net now. He loses the puck, bounce puck comes back to him. This is Barnes. Ashton Barnes with it along the blue line. He's battling against Karen, got it down low, but turned it over, and Broncos have it, and they flip it down through the neutral zone and into the Muskie zone. 30 seconds remaining in the Bichon penalty. This is Ralstad. Ralstad through the 5-hole to Kabelka. Ralstad with it, driving on his backhand. Ralstad still with it. Ralstad scores! Good individual effort from Tegan Ralstad as he worked his way 5-hole like he was playing croquet at center ice, muscled off the backhand, and then shot one on the short side. Power play goal for the Muskies, 2-1 to score. We have 9:01 remaining here in the second period as Ralstad puts the Muskies up by 1. Bichon out of the box. Special teams coming into play here as the Broncos have it shorthanded. And Muskies now with a power play goal. Getting things ready here to puck drops at center ice. McCormick loses the draw, comes all the way back to Tella. Tella plays that up and is shipped into the Muskie zone. Mosbeck with it. Mosbeck in behind his own goal, puts on the brakes, comes back out the same way. This is McCormick. He goes rink wide for LaPlante, who loses an edge, can't get to that puck. Tella's got it. Tella down low, tried to center that. Back on Carroll goes just wide. This is McCormick now out of the zone. McCormick over the red line. He's got LaPlante with him. McCormick gets it in, but not deep. Tella comes this side for number 20. That's Garrow. Garrow, he puts it down deep. Rings around the boards in behind a coin. McCormick, he comes away with it. McCormick, he's battling against Chevalier. McCormick stays with it. This side for Armstrong. Armstrong, too far forward for LaPlante. All the way down it goes. Right on target goes to Duggan's got to stop it. Icing's waved off as Leywitz picks it up. Leywitz with it now. Leywitz through the neutral zone as the Muskies had a bit of a change. He's got a little room. Leywitz at the top of the circle, loses control of the puck. Wilson backhands at him behind the goal for Cable. Cable to Rupenstein, to Barnes. Barnes gets to the blue line and fires that down deep. Duggan out to stop it. Doesn't quite stop as Burnell picks up. Centering pass to Armstrong, or Rupenstein was there. Couldn't put it in on the short side. Purnell with it. Purnell for Rupenstein. Rupenstein looked to center to Barnes. It got deflected. Glove down as Wilson fell to his knees. Good play from Wilson, though, to keep it in. And the Broncos then fired all the way down. Icing's going to be the call here as Cable comes back to touch the puck. So midway through the second period, 7:16 remaining. Muskies up 2-1. Last goal was a power play goal by Ralstad. So Ralstad and Barnes with the goals for the Muskies, and Red Sky with the goal short-handed for the Broncos, puts this game at 2-1. Face-off's going to be to the right of Duggan. Ralstad didn't take the face-off. He's got McPherson behind him. Ralstad loses the draw. Broncos flip it up off the boards, and Red Sky gets it out of the zone. McPherson picks his pocket. McPherson with it. Looking over his shoulder, circles in behind the coin. McPherson with a head of steam now, gets by Kabalka. McPherson at the top of the circle. He has a shot. Duggan with the save, steers that to the near boards. Engie keeps it in at the blue line. Good play from Engie to keep it in. Ralstad with it. He scored the last one. He has one at a tough angle and it goes wide. Bouncing puck. Comes all the way out of the zone. Booth's got to come back and pick it up. Backhands to his partner, Engie. Engie puts on the brakes and puts that through center. Chip forward from McPherson. Lepage can't get there. Lepage for McPherson, back to Lepage. As McPherson gets bumped along the boards. Lepage still with it now. Lepage in the near corner. He's battling against Johnston. Comes back to the point. This is Engie. Engie shot. Redirected, loose puck out front. And I think Lepage is the one who buried it. Quentin Lepage with the goal, make it 3-1 Muskies. So some good play by Lepage in the far corner, battling with it, stayed with it all the way down into the near corner. And then Johnny on the spot when there's a loose puck in the paint. Quentin Lepage scores the goal, 3-1 now for the Muskies. McCormick, he loses the draw, comes back for Tella. Tella gets that out of the zone. Red Sky with it. Comes to the near side for Garrow. Mosbeck dove at it. Garrow is still with it. McCormick helps him out. Armstrong with it now. Armstrong rings it around the boards for LaPlante. LaPlante clips it out of the zone. LaPlante battling in front of the Broncos zone. Loose puck comes to McCormick, back to LaPlante. He was tied up. LaPlante's still battling. He's got two guys there now. Puck comes to Wilson. Wilson through the skates of Mosbeck. He picks it up in the near corner. Tried to get along the boards to Armstrong. Ratcliffe intercepted that pass. His shot goes off a coin stick and off the back glass. LaPlante can't get it out of the zone. The Red Sky tried to center for Garrow. This is McCormick. McCormick to Wilson. Wilson to LaPlante. LaPlante tried to saucer pass over for Armstrong. Armstrong hustling. It got tied up in his skates. Couldn't get by Gijek. Big hit there from Mosbeck at center ice as he flattens Garrow, who had his head down looking for the puck. Armstrong with it now. Armstrong, headman pass from McCormick. He couldn't handle that pass. Tella rings it off the glass and down deep. In behind the goal it goes as Wilson touches the puck. Icing's going to be the call. Lots of buzz in the rink right now after that. Mosbeck hit it center ice. He flattened Garrow. Both teams going to change here. Garrow's okay. He got off the ice, no problem. Puck comes all the way down to the Broncos zone to the right of Duggan. 3-1's the score now, just under 5 minutes to go here in the second period. Barnes at the dot. Barnes ties up his man at the face-off circle. Broncos come away, then Engie keeps it and steers that to the far corner. Brunel after his man. Leywitz fires that up, kept in by Cable. Cable, good body position, but then loses it at the blue line. It's a foot race. And Cable tied up his man. Interference going to be called as McCune was bearing down on him. And now McCune got himself a penalty too. Maybe for playing the puck. Thought he had McCune going to the box too, I guess not. Anyways, interference going to be the call as Cable tied up McCune facing for that loose puck. It's going to be a Bronco power play here with 4:38 remaining in the second period. Muskies up by 2, 3-1. Barnes loses the draw, comes back to the point. And then we push it all the way down. Duggan's got to stop that in his own zone as Engie fired that all the way down. Tella back to pick up the puck. Tella behind his own zone. Gijek picks it up. This is Gijek down the right wing. Gijek through the neutral zone. Gijek over the blue line. Facing Brunel. Gijek still with it. He loses it. Engie tried to get there. Gijek still has it now. This is Gijek. This side for Tella. Tella at the top of the circle. Tried to go rink wide for Bijan. Broken up there. Barnes has it. He's going to hold on to it, kill a few seconds here. Barnes over the blue line. Steps around Gijek. Barnes looking to center to Brunel, looking for the short-handed goal. Nobody home. And here comes Bijan now through the neutral zone. He sidesteps around Wilson. He gets through Wilson. Nice save from McCoy. Wilson with that puck now. He fires it. Not deep enough, though. It comes back as the Broncos regroup in their own zone. Red Sky. He gets bumped by Brunel. Comes away with it, though. This is Red Sky. This side for Kabelka. Kabelka at the top of the circle. Sidesteps Wilson. Kabelka on the backhand. He was looking for Gijek as the loose puck came to Brunel, and he fires it all the way down. Less than a minute to go here in the Bronco man advantage. Both teams getting a change. Leywitz comes in behind Duggan, waiting for his team to set up here. Leywitz still with the puck. This side from McEwen. McEwen, the captain, through the center. This is Bichon. This side for Karen. Karen's shot goes wide. Sorry, that was Chevalier, not Bichon earlier. Booth fires it off the near boards and all the way down. Under 30 seconds to go. Goes right on target. Duggan stops that one there for Perrin. Perrin in behind his own net. Perrin now. Perrin with it. As the Muskies are waiting for him at the blue line. Perrin over the blue line. Perrin down low. Perrin behind the goal. Tried to center pass for Chevalier. His shot goes just wide. Booth, he can't clear the zone as McEwen keeps it in. 5 seconds remaining in the man advantage. Perrin puts it down deep. Cable's about to come out of the box. McEwen with it. This is Perrin. Perrin against Booth. Booth doesn't let him pass the puck. Down low goes to Chevalier now. Backhands it to the far corner. Cable just came out of the box. He's got it now. This is Cable. He gets around Perrin. Cable, he's got McCormick with him. Gets over McCormick. McCormick can't handle the pass. Here come the Broncos out of the zone. Chevalier fires that down deep, and the Broncos are going to get a change. Wilson in the far corner to pick it up. Just over 2 minutes to go here in the second period. This is Engie. He gets bumped off the puck. Rolstad loses it. Shot on target. Kabelka's shot was saved there by a coin. Johnson at the blue line. He fans on his shot. Then ends up putting it down deep. Engie in the far corner now. As Jean got bumped off the puck. McCormick. Soft touch to the near boards here. Rolstad bumps his man. And Engie fires it down deep. Duggan's got to stop it. This is Burley. This side for Kabelka. Kabelka down the right wing against Wilson. Wilson gets a piece of that puck, and McPherson picks up the loose puck. Rims it around the boards there for Jean. Jean can't handle it, but it redirects right to Rolstad. Rolstad now, 1-on-3. Rolstad's got Jean coming down the far side. Rolstad's shot got broken up there as the puck comes out of the zone. And this is Booth. Booth to Mosbeck. Mosbeck for Jean. Jean for McPherson. McPherson looking to split the D. McPherson, backhand, he scores! Nice pass from Gino. McPherson splits the D, puts it on his backhand, and puts it blocker side just over Duggan's pad. 4-1 is the score now for the Muskies. We got 1 minute even remaining here in the second period. Muskies up by 3. So it scores 4-1 now for the Muskies. We've got face-off here at center ice. 1 minute remaining here in the second period. Last goal from McPherson. 4 different goal scorers here for the Muskies as the puck comes down deep into their own zone. Barnes with it in his own corner. He puts on the break, sidesteps his man. Comes the near side for Burnell. Burnell back to Barnes. Barnes, 40 seconds remaining. Barnes tried to get around Gijek. Barnes still with it for Burnell. Burnell centering pass from Rupenstein. He got the one-timer and went just wide. Broncos can't clear the zone. Booth pushes it down, goes off the side of the net. Burnell couldn't quite get to it. Gijek brings it around the boards. Mosbeck can't keep it in. All the way down it goes. Mosbeck in his own corner with 15 seconds remaining. Mosbeck. And here comes Booth with it now. Booth. This is Barnes. Barnes has a shot. And it squeaks through Duggan and scores with 2.5 seconds to go. Looked like a clean save for Duggan, but it made it, I think, just over his pad and under his arm. And he thought he had it, but it dribbled into the goal. Make it 5-1 now for the Muskies. That's Barnes' second goal. He scored the first, and he scored the fifth one here. So with 2.5 seconds remaining here in the second period, Muskies up 5-1. Face off here at center ice. Draw comes back this way for Cable, and that's the horn. So at the end of the second period here at Ice for Kids Arena, Muskies 5, Broncos 1. We'll see you to start the third period. How's it going? Oh, hey, you know, living at the rink. And you? Yeah, how were the holidays? Yeah, good. Now they need someone to be up here because of Joey, so. Welcome back to Ice for Kids Arena for third period action. This is Norwassa hockey, Muskie hockey. You're watching it live on home TV. At the end of the second period, or to start the third period, Muskies are up 5-1. Shots on goal at the end of two periods. Well, at the end of the second period, Muskies 10, Broncos 5. For two period totals of Muskies with 28 shots on goal and the Broncos 7. We started things off 5-on-5 here. Shane Beckett doing the announcing tonight. Joey Pear, our friend, is hopefully doing well and listening to the live feed tonight on home TV. So Joey, our thoughts and prayers are with you as we're doing this game here tonight. We'll get things rolling here in the third period. This is McPherson with the puck. McPherson, he carries it over the blue line, over the red line, over the blue line. This is McPherson. He tries to sidestep his man. He does, drives right in on goal. Couldn't get the shot away. We've got a new goaltender in goal as well for the Broncos. Just looking for a number there. Looks like Connor Perrin in goal now for the Broncos. Lewitz plays that puck rink wide when it comes to the near side. Gene with it. Plays it back for Wilson. Wilson's got to retreat all the way back into his own corner. Around the boards for his partner, Booth. Booth with it. He goes rink wide for Ralstad. Ralstad over the blue line. This is Ralstad. His shot goes off the bar, not in. Chevalier with it. He puts it off the glass. Can't get it by Wilson. Wilson still banging at it. Chevalier banging it too with his glove even. McEwen can't get it out. He finally does. Rubenstein plays it back to Barnes. Barnes back towards his own blue line. He turns it over. It's a Chevalier with it. Chevalier pushes it down deep. Cable picks it up, plays over for Brunel. Brunel can't clear the zone as Gishik puts it back down. Karen gets it down deep. Took a funny hop. Karen took a whack at it. Good block there from Barnes. Puck bounces past Gishik and through the neutral zone. Puck goes through Chevalier's legs and he couldn't handle it. Comes this side now for Rubenstein. Rubenstein to Barnes. Barnes over the blue line. Barnes, he has a shot. It's blocked there by Green. Chevalier comes away with it. He tries to dump it. Goes right to Mosbeck's stick. Mosbeck, rink wide for Cable. Cable still with it. To Burnell. Burnell centers it for Barnes. Barnes, this side for Rubenstein. Rubenstein and can't clear the zone, fires it all the way back down around for Cable. Cable, he rims it around the boards for Burnell. He can't clear the zone. Muskies having a hard time clearing the zone. This is Barnes now. He fires it off for the linesman, Booth. Mosbeck now. Mosbeck, he gets it down deep. McCormick and Burley bump into the boards. Rung around the boards by the Broncos all the way down. It looks like icing's going to be the call as Booth heads back. McCoy stops the puck in behind the net, and with 17-19 remaining here in the third period, Muskies still up 5-1. Faceoff's going to come all the way down to Perrin's left.
$2.50. Ticket number 784.
We're just listening to the 50-50 draw here. Sounds like it's for over 300 tonight. So next time the Muskies are playing a home game, you should get yourself down here and get yourself a 50-50 ticket, support Muskie hockey, and maybe get a chance of winning some money. As Bichon clears his own, Booth comes away with it though. Booth can't go too far with this. Red Sky's got it now. Red Sky at the hash marks. He puts on the brakes. He tries to get by Booth. Booth pokes it away from him. Bichon's got it along the boards. Booth gives him a bump, and then Bichon gives him a little face wash. Armstrong with two guys against him along the boards. McCormick in there to help out. Armstrong still down there. Loose puck comes right to Bichon. Bichon walks in. Red Sky with a shot. McCoy with the save. Red Sky comes away. This is Red Sky now on his backhand. Plays it back to Perrin on the point. Perrin tries to get it down low. That got broken up. McCormick's got it now in the neutral zone. For LaPlante. LaPlante racing in. He can't get by Burnley. And Burley gets bumped there by Armstrong. LaPlante comes with LaPlante. He has a shot. It goes over the bar. McPherson to pick up the rebound, try to put it on the short side. Burley comes away with it. Red Sky can't clear the zone. Wilson banging at the blue line, and he gets it down deep. Good defensive play by Wilson here a few times standing up at the blue line to keep that puck in. Perrin gets bumped by McPherson, and he's going to get one here. Charge maybe is the call as McPherson's heading to the box. McPherson having a few words with Perrin as he heads to the box. McPherson with a big grin gets to go in and see his dad in the penalty box. I'm sure he's going to get a few words there as we're waiting for the call. I think it was a charge. Broncos are going to be on the power play here with 15:55 remaining in the third period. Muskies still up 5-1. Faceoff's going to be to the right of a coin. Barnes, he loses the draw, comes all the way back to Gishik at the point. Gishik, he goes rink wide. Back to Gishik. Boarding's the call as the puck comes to the Leywitz. Leywitz down low. Walked right out front. McCoy got a pad to it and went right through the paint. Right to Bichon. Bichon back down to Red Sky. Red Sky centering pass. They couldn't get the shot off as Kubelka was knocking on the door. This is Cable. Cable couldn't get it by Kubelka. Kept in by Leywitz at the blue line. Broken up there by Barnes. Barnes now racing on it. He's got Cable with a stretch to stay on side. Gijek picks it up in behind his own net now. 1:20 remaining in the man advantage. Gijek leaves it there for Bichon. Bichon down the left wing. He gets to the blue line. Barnes bumping him. He leaves it for Gijek. Gijek to Kubelka. He couldn't get the shot away. Booth bangs it towards the blue line and bounces out. Gijek's got to pick it up at the red line here as the Broncos regroup in the neutral zone. Up for Kubelka at the blue line. He chips it down deep. Mosbeck's going to pick this up. Just under a minute to go here in the man advantage. He tried to dump him, went right to Red Sky. Red Sky with the shot. A coin flashes the leather and holds on. As Mosbeck tried to clear that right through the slot, it went right on Red Sky's stick. Red Sky all by himself in the slot. Rips one, but a coin stands tall, gloves up. So good save from McCoy. He hasn't had a whole lot of work to do. I think that's his 8th shot of the day. 50 seconds remaining here in the man advantage. The Broncos win the draw, bring it back to Gijek. He couldn't get it back over to Perrin, and LaPlante pushes it all the way down. Quick change here for the Muskies as Perrin comes down in behind Perrin. I'm guessing they're brothers, I'm not 100% sure. Comes this side for Chevalier. Chevalier back for Perrin and went behind him. Karen with it, back for Perrin. This side for Chevalier at the blue line. He lost it and flipped back to the neutral zone. Gijek gloved it down and put it down on his own stick. This is Gijek with it now. Gijek down low, tried to have a shot. Loose puck out front, McCoy's not sure where it is. Loose puck cleared to the blue line by Rupenstein. Gijek's shot was blocked. This is Gijek again. Gijek shot right on target. A coin with good vision holds on to that one with a glove. 5 seconds remaining here in the Bronco man advantage. 14 minutes even remaining in the third. Both teams to get a bit of a change here. Muskies change up the penalty kill. Faceoff's going to be to O'Coin's right. As McCormick and LaPlante are now on to kill off the remaining 5 seconds of this power play. McCormick wins the draw, back for Cable in behind his own goal. As McPherson's going to come on the ice. Bang back down deep. Wilson after it. Wilson in the near corner. Turns that over. McEwen fires it down deep. Cable's there. Cable up, trying to get it to LaPlante. Couldn't get it to him. Leywitz has a shot from the point. Gets deflected into the corner. Wilson back and behind the goal. Chevalier is the first one there. Try to get it back for Johnston, but LaPlante intercepted that pass, and he fires it all the way down. Icing's waved off. I thought was waved off as Gene was hustling in after it, but icing's going to be called. 13:24 remaining here in the third period. Muskies up 5-1. You're watching live Muskie Hockey on home TV. Here live from Ice for Kids Arena on a Tuesday night. Faceoff's going to be to the left of a coin. He's had to be sharp here the last couple minutes. McCormick wins that draw, plays it back for Engie, who puts it around the boards for Gene. He cleared the zone, but Leywitz has it, and he fires it back down, right on the Mosbeck stick. Mosbeck this side for Gene. Gene over the blue line. Gene at the top of the circle. He has a little shot. Perrin steers that to the corner. as Neskina played that into the zone. Jean's got it now. Back to Mosbeck. Mosbeck for McCormick. McCormick now with a head of steam through the neutral zone. McCormick steers in on the right wing on his backhand. McCormick still with it. He loses the edge, falls down. Jean comes in and bumps his man. Mosbeck pinches in to keep it in. Puck comes to McCormick. McCormick back to Jean. Mosbeck walks in. His shot goes just wide. Engie fires that back down low for McCormick. McCormick in behind the net. Looking tired. The legs weren't moving too quick as the puck comes to the far side for Neskina. He clears the zone. It goes right to Mosbeck, who regroups here in the neutral zone. Comes to the near side for Jean. Jean, he fires that one down and behind the goals. The Muskies get a change. Neskina plays that back down for Johnston. LaPlante's after him, rubs him out along the boards. Puck comes to Bichon along the boards. Bichon tries to sidestep Lepage. Bichon still with it. Puck played through the neutral zone and all the way down the ice. Looks like icing's going to be the call as Booth gets back there. Just under 12 to go, 11:57 remaining here in the third period. Scores 5-1 for the Muskies. The puck is going to come all the way down deep into the Broncos zone. Face-off going to be to the right of Perrin as Ralstad's in to take the face-off. Loses the draw, goes out back in behind the net. Burley's got it. Plays that off the boards looking for Red Sky. Booth pinches. He gets it by Booth, but good coverage from Ralstad to keep it in. Red Sky battles it, kept in there by McPherson. McPherson at the dot. He gets it poked away from him by Burley. Kept in again by Ralstad, who's helping Booth out all along the blue line. McPherson to Ralstad. Ralstad in his shot. Loose puck out front. Lepage poking in at it, and it looks like he scored. Referee's pointing at the back of the net. Quentin Lepage with his second goal of the game. Make the score 6-1. So the score is 6-1 now with 11:39 remaining in the third period. It's been all Muskies. It was a tight first period, but things opened up here in the second period, and they continue here in the third. As Lepage has 2 tonight. McPherson loses a draw, comes back to Green. Lepage can't take it from him. Forward for Debo. Debo fires that down deep. Cable to Ralstad. Ralstad gets hammered along the board by McEwen. Comes right back out front. McEwen tried to have a shot. Couldn't get it away as Cable tied him up. Debo tries to center. Cable takes it away from him. This is Cable. Cable, he's tied up and playing strong through the neutral zone. Cable still with a high slot. He has a shot, fans on it, stays with it. Lepage had it on his stick. Cable still with it now, back to his own, to the blue line. Cable goes rink wide for Booth. Booth, he has a shot from the hash marks, goes wide, rings all the way around the boards. Ralstad keeps in, fires it down into the far corner. McPherson has it. McPherson goes rink wide for Wilson on the one-timer. It goes just wide. Booth keeps it in, puts it down low. Ralstad for McPherson. McPherson fans on his shot. Broncos come away with it. They clear the zone. Get to the red line and fire it down. Try to fire it down deep, but Booth broke that up. Booth for Lepage. Lepage is on 2 goals. He's working on a hat trick right now. Lepage at the blue line. Drops it for McPherson. Sends it over to Ralstad. Ralstad fires that down deep as McPherson gets a change. Wilson pinches along the boards to keep it in. Lepage gets pinned along the boards and loses possession of the puck. Ratcliffe fires that rink wide. Engie, he gets upended just in front of the Muskie bench. And then Lepage comes back at Neskina, who had hit Engie, and Lepage is heading to the box. And then it looks like the Broncos are heading to the box too. Interference? As Ratcliffe is still talking to the ref. So Ratcliffe has got 2 unsportsmanlike penalties. So Lepage for interference, and Ratcliffe for running his mouth once at the bench and once in the penalty box. He's got double minors here for unsportsmanlike. So it's going to be a Muskie power play here with just over 10 minutes to go. Referee Daryl Scott letting the Bronco bench know what's going on. So it looks like the first one for Ratcliffe, he was banging his stick because of on the ice because the man was down on the ice or after a big hit or something. And then as he came over, he kept chirping at the ref and chirping at the ref. And the referee said quiet in the box, and Ratcliffe kept talking, so he got his second one. So it's going to be a Muskie power play here. With just over 10 minutes to go, 10:05 to be exact. Score is 6-1 for the Muskies, and they're now on the power play. McCormick, he wins the draw, back to the point for LaPlante. LaPlante's still with it. Goes rink wide for McCormick. McCormick along the hash marks. McCormick. Sidesteps Red Sky. McCormick's still with it. Leaves it there for Armstrong. Comes back for Booth. Booth back down to Armstrong. Armstrong. He has a shot from a tough angle. Saved there from Perrin. And the Broncos clear the zone. It comes right to Booth. Booth's going to retreat all the way in behind the coin here. Let the breakout happen. Forward for LaPlante. Too far forward for him. And Leowitz fires that all the way down. Loose puck comes right to Red Sky. Red Sky already has one shorthanded goal. Booth ties him up. Good play from Booth. Neutral zone here. This is Mosbeck. Tried to play that back to Booth and ends up back in the corner. 1:06 remaining in the man advantage. Booth in behind his own goal. Comes out in front. Passes it to LaPlante. He couldn't get it forward to Armstrong. Bichon broke that up. Armstrong comes away with it. He ducks under a Red Sky check. Maybe the puck was gloved forward. I'm thinking is what happened here. I'm not sure what happened here along the near boards. What I do know is that just under 9 minutes here to go in the third period, 8:52, 47 seconds remaining in the Muskie man advantage. Faceoff's going to come all the way down to the right of the coin. Tough power play here for the Muskies. They just had a hard time getting it out of their own zone. Not a lot of life left here in this third period. We still have 9 minutes to go. Puck comes back to Leowitz. Leowitz shot shorthanded, goes over the bar. Rebound right off the back boards, just went wide. Cable up for Barnes. Barnes circles into his own corner, plays it back in behind the boards, off the boards for Cable. Cable circles. He's getting pressure there from Karen. Cable still with it. Karen still applying pressure. Cable over the blue line. Cable with it. Cable down below the goal. Cable still with it. Karen still applying pressure to him. Cable sends it rink wide. Barnes picks up along the far boards. Barnes circles. Karen bumps him. Barnes stays with it. Loose puck. Tied up in Barnes' skates. Loose puck comes back to McPherson, but it looks like we got a penalty. I'm thinking Barnes here. Barnes is heading to the box. A little pushy-shovey there with the loose puck. He's getting 4 minutes for head contact as he was pushing and shoving pretty good there after that loose puck. So 3 seconds remaining in the Ratcliffe double minor. And 4 minutes going up on the board for Barnes. So 8:08 remaining here in the third period. We're going to be four on four here for 3 seconds, and then we got a 3 minute and 57-second power play for the Broncos. McCormick wins the draw, goes back in the corner. Wilson rings it around the boards. He can't clear the zone. Kabelka to Red Sky. Wilson takes it away from him. Broncos at full strength. This is Bichon. Bichon, he's driving towards the goal. Bichon steers that one towards the goal and it goes wide. Wilson has it, plays it off the boards, can't get it by Kabelka at the blue line. Wilson with it, tries to shoot again. This time still can't get it out as Red Sky keeps it in. Gishik deflects that down for Bichon. Bichon sidesteps Cable. Bichon still with it. Bichon getting bumped by Cable. Cable takes the loose puck. Plays it high. Gishik kept it in, but then it was finally removed from the zone by LaPlante. Big hit in front of the Muskie bench there by McCormick on Kabelka, or on McEwen, and then McCormick gets crunched by Gishik. As Gishik gives him a little bit of business behind the play. Gishik's heading to the box. So Gishik's heading to the box as Ratcliffe comes out. Gishik's got his hand up to his ear. He wants to hear the crowd. Down 6-1. Tough time to be chirping the crowd. So there was 3:02 remaining in the Barnes double minor for head contact. So we're going to be 4-on-4 here for the next 1:02, and then the Broncos are going to be back on the power play for a minute too. Face off here to right of Perrin. Comes this side for Leywitz. Leywitz gets over the blue line, then loses it. McEwen comes away with this. McEwen goes rink wide for Johnston. Johnston at his own blue line, headman pass, chipped into the zone. Booth in after, McEwen chasing him. Booth puts on the brakes, gets bumped. And here comes Armstrong. Armstrong, he gets bumped at the blue line. Good play from Armstrong while he's on the ice, though, to send that down the ice. Leywitz with it. Leywitz coming down the left boards. He puts on the brakes on Rupenstein. Leywitz and behind the goal. It's still 4-on-4 hockey here. This is Leywitz. Leywitz over the blue line. He's got McEwen with him. Leywitz by himself drops it for McEwen. McEwen stops, waits for some help. Does it over to Karen or Johnson. Johnston's shot goes just wide. McEwen keeps it in at the blue line, fires that down deep. Booth has it, plays it off the backboards as the Broncos get a change. Rupenstein with it. He tried to go rink wide. Loose puck comes all the way to the near boards. This is Booth. Booth pushes it down deep on Perrin. This Red Sky picks up from behind his own goal. Red Sky. He avoids two checks, one from Ralstad, one from McPherson. Comes this side for Bichon. Bichon, he sidesteps a Ralstad check. Red Sky. McPherson takes it for him, flips it into the zone. Johnston has it. 33 seconds remaining here on the 4-on-4. Bichon can't handle that pass. This is McPherson. McPherson's circling in his own zone. Near side for Cable. Cable racing after it. Perrin has it, sends a rink wide for Burley. Burley, his head's up. Burley at the red line, at the blue line. Sidesteps Ralstad, but loses a puck to McPherson. Puck flipped into the neutral zone. Burley has it this side for Perrin. As Gishik's coming back on the ice, and it's going to be a 102 power play here for the Broncos. Cable picks it up. Cable around Kabelka. Decides not to try to get around Gishik and circles in behind his own net. They're on the penalty kill here, so good kill by Cable. Cable with the head of steam. He gets by one man, and then finally fires that down deep. Burley comes away with it. Burley, this side for Chevalier. Chevalier down the left wing, 43 seconds remaining in the man advantage. He gets bumped along the boards by Ralstad. Wilson gets upended in the corner. Ralstad with the puck now. Ralstad on the penalty kill. Tries to clear the zone by carrying it, turns it over, and then hits his man from behind. Referee's hands are down. Comes right to Perrin. Perrin gets around Ralstad. He looks tired. Perrin's still with it. Perrin's shot right on target. Loose puck scooped up by a coin. He holds on, so no rebound can be given there as who was it? As Karen was bearing down on him. So 16 seconds remaining here in the Bronco power play. 4:23 remaining in the third period. Muskies still up 6-1. You're watching live Muskie hockey on home TV here at Ice for Kids Arena on a Tuesday night. Burnell wins the draw back into the corner. Can't clear the zone. Johnson fires it back down deep. Karen pushes it in behind that. McEwen, as Wilson's playing against him. Garrow bumps him. Or Compton, sorry.
Muskies at full strength.
So Muskies are at full strength now. That shot comes from the point we're on 5-on-5 hockey here with 4 minutes remaining. Barnes, he can't clear the zone. Right to Karen. Karen 1-on-1 on Booth. Karen's shot goes wide. I think Booth got a stick to it. Compton tried to get it deep. Barnes comes away with it. Plays it in behind the goal to the far side for Burnell, who has it off the skate, then passes it back to Barnes. Barnes now. Barnes. Still with it. Barnes from the dot has a shot steered behind the net by Perrin. Barnes still with it, looking to wrap around Johnston. He can't get it out. Barnes has it again. Barnes comes rink wide looking for Burnell. Leywitz intercepts that pass. Leywitz with it. He flips that down onto a coin. A coin's just going to hold on to this one. As both teams are going to get a change. We got 3:21 remaining here in the third period. Muskies up by 5. 6-1's the score. So both teams get a change here. Scrappy third period with 3:21 remaining. McCormick loses a draw, comes all the way back to the point. Gijek can't keep it in. Gijek hustles back after his Armstrong's battling, racing after him. Turns that over in neutral zone. McCormick holds on to let Armstrong get back onside. Offside's going to be the call as he got bumped along the blue line. 3:09 remaining here in the third period. Face off just outside the Bronco blue line. McCormick at the dot. McCormick ties up Bichon at the dot. Bichon pushes it off the boards. Red Sky has it, can't get by LaPlante. LaPlante trying to get it deep on Green, can't, as Red Sky gets bumped at the red line. Loose puck picked up by Gijek. Gijek fires that down, glove save from a coin who let it go. Quick whistle from the referee, Earl Scott. So faceoff's going to be deep in the Muskie zone. 2:48 remaining here in the third. Face off to a coin's left. Bichon and McCormick at the dot. Bichon wins the draw, plays it back to Gijek. Armstrong bumps him in front of the Muskie bench. Puck in the far corner here, Armstrong. Plays it off the boards from McCormick. McCormick to LaPlante. LaPlante through center. LaPlante over the blue line. LaPlante keeps it onside. Tried to get it rink wide, but Bichon intercepted that one. Can't clear the zone though. In the near corner, rung around the boards. Cable can't keep it in. He retreats to his own blue line. Cable, deep in his own zone now. Cable tried to get it up the boards to Armstrong, broken up there by Kabelka. Red Sky back to Kabelka. Kabelka gets by LaPlante. LaPlante knocks him down. Cable brings it around the boards. Enge's over there to pick it up. 2 minutes remaining here in the third period as Enge's got the puck. Passes it through the neutral zone, over LaPlante's stick all the way down. It goes. Icing is going to be the call. Just under 2 to go. 1:56 here in the third period. Muskies up by 5. Both teams get a change here. Faceoff's going to come all the way down to a coin's right. Looks like McPherson's going to be at the dot here, facing off against McEwen. Captain against captain to the right of a coin. McPherson wins the draw. Booth picks it up. Booth in behind the goal. Booth to McPherson. McPherson now with the head of steam through the neutral zone. McPherson, he's got Lepage with him. McPherson with some nifty stick work, but couldn't get a shot away. And here comes Debo. Debo over the blue line. Fires that wide of the goal. Neskina couldn't put a shot on target. Comes this side for Lepage. Lepage working on a hat trick, trying to get around Perrin. Burley picks it up behind the net. McPherson's got it now. McPherson in the near corner for Lepage. Lepage, he gets bumped there along the boards. McPherson in to help out, run around the boards. Neskina can't clear the zone. Booth does a good job along the boards there. McPherson comes to help out. Broncos finally clear the zone. Bouncing puck picked up there by Ralstad. Ralstad enters the zone. Ralstad sidesteps a man. Broncos get out of the zone. Wilson's got it now. Wilson for Booth. Booth for Lepage. Kicked forward by Ralstad. Loose puck. Ralstad's going to pick this up. Ralstad 1-on-1 against Leywitz. Ralstad shot and scores! Ralstad puts the second one in. It's 7-1 now. 39 seconds remaining here in the third period. As Ralstad scores another one here for the Muskies. Faceoff's coming back out to center ice. Muskies get a change. 39 seconds remaining here in the third period. Barnes loses the draw. Bichon's got it. Plays it forward. This is Mosbeck. Rupenstein turns over. Bichon gets bumped by Engie. Rupenstein has it. Backhands that towards the blue line. Burnell. Back to Engie. Loose puck comes to Mosbeck. Mosbeck up for Burnell. 20 seconds remaining. Burnell puts it by Johnston. He gets stood up at the blue line. Barnes can't get it deep. McCarron sends it back to Johnson, 11 seconds remaining. Brings it around the boards to Chevalier along the near boards. Chevalier kept in there by Rupenstein. He can't get a shot away. Chevalier sends this all the way down, and that's the end of the game. So at the end of the third period, Muskies 7, Broncos 1. You've been watching live Muskie hockey on Home TV. Thanks for watching tonight, and we will see you next time.